Call the City of Oglesby Council meeting to order. Roll call.
Augubright.
Here.
Cullinan. Curran.
Here.
Mieski. Here. Rivara.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance. I need a motion and second to approve the minutes of the July 19th, 2021 regular meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from the July 19th, 2021 regular meeting.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Public comments on agenda items only. Having none, we'll move on. Need a motion and second to approve the bills as presented for payment.
There was one bill that came in that we were not able to verify if it was accurate or not. We're still checking that. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the bills as presented for payment with the exception of holding off on invoice number 401-73937.
I'll second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Approve 1172-080221, an ordinance amending certain paragraphs of section 10.27.075 of the Municipal Code of the City of Oglesby relating to no parking zones on the current city streets.
So what this does is, this is some of the stuff that we've been talking about for a little bit of a while. I think 2 council meetings ago, we had some residents come and talk about it. This is kind of what got done. There is the Jones Avenue, Florence, a small portion of School Street, all of Morris, Prospect, and Jordan, and Lehigh. Those are some of the streets in the city that in the ordinance are written as no parking is authorized on either side of the street. And what this does is this limits parking to just, puts no parking on one side of the street. So that way it should open it up. We had a long discussion about this, that the city doesn't really have a liability if we open that up for them. There were 2 sections that did get removed. For example, there was some wonky language in there about Morris Street. For example, I think one part of it said that Morris had no parking between this time of day and this other time of day, but then in another portion in the same code, it would say that there's no parking on either side of the street at any time of the day. So those kinds of things just got removed. That's the summary of kind of what happened with that. Does anybody have any questions on any of that? Okay. Well, with that, hopefully this will hold off any parking changes or street-related changes, at least for a little while, hopefully. So I'd like to make a motion to approve 1172-080221, an ordinance amending certain paragraphs of section 10.27.75 of the Municipal Code of the City of Oglesby relating to no parking zones on certain city streets.
I'll second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Approve 080219R, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an administrative order on consent relating to the sewage treatment plant of the city of Oglesby.
So this kind of ties in, I don't know how many months ago this was, we had a very large meeting with the US EPA about some of the overflow problems we've had with our treatment plant and things like that, and how we've been managing certain efforts that we've taken. One of the concerns they want to know is what is going to be the long-term fix? And obviously the very long-term fix is obviously a new wastewater treatment plant. So what this does is kind of gave a roadmap of of items that have to happen at certain year intervals before we have one, but it does give us a very long time. I want to say it gives us all the way until year 2028 to actually get an operational plant. So the time frame should be more than enough. We've already got a lot of the items already worked on as well.
So this is the longest option we have, or
Why is 2028 the option?
Well, that's probably why it took so long to get it, because they came back
There
and,
was a lot of negotiation to get these dates extended out. That
Okay.
yeah,
That's all I need to know.
they wanted things quicker, and then we had to get the engineers involved saying, well, hey, they have to get the land, they have to be able to get the permitting process, and they gave all these reasons, and they eventually came back and they agreed to all the time frame, which we were pretty pleased with.
Yeah, actually, when they came back with the original dates, they were within a couple of years, in 2023. Yeah, working with Jim and Don, I said,
There's
there's
no way.
some dates you think we can live with and realistically meet.
Yeah.
And I was glad to say, when I threw them back at the EPA, they agreed to all the dates.
Okay.
And made it much easier for us to agree to this. So, the big date, of course, is they have the plant in operation by 2028, but all the dates are summarized in paragraph 53A on page 7. And we have to have a long-term control plan by the end of this year. So,
Which we already had in the works to get that done.
So that's the real date that needs to be dealt with, and then we have to have design and funding and things in place in the years ahead, so we'll all be very mindful of those dates as we move forward.
All right. Perfect.
Any other questions on that? All right.
Motion.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve 080219R, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an administrative order on consent relating to the sewage treatment plant of the city of Oglesby.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Next, approve the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council contract from May 2021 to April 2025. This is a 4-year agreement, 3% a year. 12-hour shifts were included. To backfill them, we'll use our employees one time, part-timers the next time to make it work. That's about the long and the short of it.
I think the only other thing there is maybe the sergeant differential got up,
Sergeant's adjustment differential.
and that's to mimic what's in the area, or at least get closer to what's in the area.
Right.
If there aren't any questions, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Illinois Fraternal Order of Police Labor Council contract from May 2021 through April 2025.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Next, I need a motion and second to approve selling a 2014 Ford Explorer from the Oglesby Police Department through sealed bid process. Bids to be submitted to City Hall by 10 a.m. Monday, August 16th.
I really don't have much to comment on it. The vehicle has been not in service for a while. If there aren't any questions, I'd like to make a motion to approve the selling of the 2014 Ford Explorer from the Oglesby Police Department through sealed bid process. Bids to be submitted to City Hall by 10 a.m. Monday, August 16th, 2021.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Approve request from the Starved Rock Runners Club to host the Turkey Trot on November 25th, 2021.
They've held this for several years here, and I see no reason to not continue. I would actually make the motion to approve the request from the Starved Rock Runners Club to host the Turkey Trot on November 25th, 2021.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Next, to approve request from the Knights of Columbus to hold a Tootsie Roll Drive on September 18th, 2021.
Which is pretty, they do it every year too. I'm gonna make a motion to approve request from the Knights of Columbus to hold a Tootsie Roll Drive on September 18th, 2021.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Is there anything under old business? Hearing none, we'll move on to public comments. Hearing none. Commissioner reports.
I have nothing to report tonight.
The fire department last month had 14 calls, which appears to be their average. The ambulance went out on 66 calls, with 25 being transfers. It looks like they're slowly getting back to what their average is. Important within the police department, the squad car that was involved in the shooting back in December, was returned to us and determined to be a total loss. So we'll probably be looking to replace that. I have, just to point out that the school safety tips has been placed out on the Facebook page, as well as the web page from the Oglesby Police Department. Police department was pretty busy. They had 95 traffic stops, 11 citations, 15 accidents, and we're working on 23 police reports. I would like to say from just recently, this last Saturday, the first annual First Responder Community Night Out was a great success, and that's really due in part of the generosity of Hy-Vee, Green Thumb Industries, Laura's East End Tap, Subway, Beck's Gas Station, and Laborers Union Local 393. They had nearly 200 hot dogs were served to kids and their families as they enjoyed free swimming, a foam party, bounce house, dunk tank, junior fireman agility course, canine demonstration, and a visit from the OSF Life Flight helicopter. 10 new bikes were given out, along with other prizes that were given away. And we would really like to thank all of those people who did volunteer for this event, including Peru Canine Officer and Canine, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary, the Oglesby Elks 2360 Drug Awareness, the Oglesby Parks Department and swimming pool staff, and of course Patty and Aaron from City Hall, who did their best, along with all of our local fire responders. And no surprise here, the officer of the month for July is Sergeant Hugo Gonzalez. He's back in the numbers, and he's doing a great job. So I'd like to say congratulations to Sergeant Gonzalez. That's all I have.
Jason?
All right, a couple things. Street Department, obviously, they kind of knew what was coming up today. We talked about this already. We kind of expected this would get approved tonight. So starting tomorrow morning, some of those no parking street signs will be coming down on those selected streets. The other thing going on is, I think there was a Facebook post on it today, but just to remind everybody, the East Circuit that we have, there's going to be some maintenance that needs to get done. If people kind of want to know why, there's 3 phases of electricity, obviously, and each house or resident or something like that might be on a specific phase. Well, one of the phases is more overloaded than the other 2, so they're going to do some load shifting is what's going to happen. So anybody that might be affected, I think it's going to be on the south side of Walnut, pretty much from Kenosha east. Only expecting really 15, 20 minutes that you might experience an outage. It won't be every house either. It'll just be the ones that might be on that circuit that need to be shifted to a lower load circuit. And that's really all I have.
Coley?
I just want to say all the baseball tournaments are underway at Bottomley Field, and they'll continue to the 6th. And that's all I got tonight.
I've got a thank you letter from the Dickinson House Foundation in appreciation for the upgrade and repair of the parking lot. City of Oglesby has submitted 2 proposals for solar sites. One at IVCC, and it'd be 1.5 megawatts. IVCC would have to annex the property into the city before it can be approved. We've also submitted an O-site in back of the fire and ambulance station for a 1 megawatt site. The city owns this property. With the closing and scheduled closing of 35 to 40% of the base load generation in Illinois, It is in our interest to move in this direction. 13 states have already experienced rolling brownouts. I want to kind of echo what Kerry said. It was just phenomenal when you see the expression on those kids' faces, what all the volunteer people did out there. And our city employees did a hell of a job, and I thank them for that. With that, unless there's no objections, we will not go into executive session tonight. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Yeski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye.
The contract, the previous contract was,
We'll work it out next week. Well, next week's
Well, or whenever. Whenever. You let me know if you're satisfied.
Hey, George, how are you?